Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink. I'm sure that while we all were in schools, we all must have learned this poem. We can see that that particular poem is actually turning into reality in Delhi right now. As you can see that Yamuna Maiya has actually left her original course and come out on streets. And right now, I'm standing in front of Rajghat showing to you all what situation of Delhi has become right now. Now the question is, why? Why these natural calamities? Why flooding? Why droughts? Why famine? And any intelligent person who's asking this why must turn back to the pages of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which clearly elucidate about these topics. So in this video, we all would try and understand, why are we suffering like this? Why are we suffering from these natural calamities? Why flooding? Why droughts? Why all these things? And what does Krishna say about these things in the Bhagavad Gita? And of course, we will be learning what the Vedic perspective say on these topics. Hare Krishna, I'm Kavya Budhiraja. Welcome back to Being Krishna Conscious, and let's begin. In the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna describes that there are three types of miseries. Well, before discussing them, let us discuss what is this world called by Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. We all know that Sri Krishna calls this Jagat as Dukhalayam or Shashvatam, the Alay, the house of Dukha, misery. This world is known as the house of miseries. Now, further discussing this, there are three types of miseries that have been discussed in our Vedic literature, namely Srimad Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The first type of misery is known as Adi Atmik Kalesh. Second one, Adi Bhautik Kalesh, and the third one, Adi Daivik Kalesh. Starting with what is Adi Atmik Kalesh? Those miseries given to us by our own body and mind are known as Adi Atmik Kalesh. For example, stress, anxiety, depression, they are basically the mental state of a person, the mental well-being. Similarly, fever, cold, cough, all of these miseries are given to a person by his own mind or body. So all of these miseries fall under the category of Adi Atmik Kalesh. Now, second type of misery, Adi Bhautik misery, Adi Bhautik Kalesh. Those miseries which have been given to us by other living entities. Let's take a very small example, the bites inflicted by bed bugs. Now, if we see, these bed bugs are so small and they might even be insignificant for most of us, but the harm they cause to us, the pain they inflict on us is unbearable. So, all those miseries which are given to us by other living entity, it may be our parents, it may be our relatives, it may be animals, it may be insects, Adi Bhautik Kalesh. Now, the third and the final type of misery is known as Adi Daivik Kalesh. We all can see that there is a condition of flood in Delhi. This is known as Adi Daivik Kalesh. The misery given to us by Mother Nature is known as Adi Daivik Kalesh. All the natural calamities fall under this particular category, be it earthquakes, droughts, floods, or any other natural disaster. All of these questions were asked by Sanatan Goswami to Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the description comes wherein Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu begins to discuss this particular topic, and very beautifully it is described that Mahaprabhu begins from that particular point on which Krishna ended Srimad Bhagavad Gita. He starts by saying that the real nature of us is being spirit soul, and being spirit soul we have to understand that Jiver Swarup Hoy Krishner Nityadas. The constitutional position of each and every living entity is that he is the eternal servant of Lord Shri Krishna. And beautifully, Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu describes that because the living entity has forgotten his relationship, his eternal relationship with the Supreme Lord Krishna, that is the reason why we all are suffering from this threefold misery of the material nature. Now the question comes, why me? Why only us? Why not each and every other living entity residing on this earth? Well, this particular question was also discussed in the recent podcast with one and only His Grace Amog Leela Prabhuji, in which he describes how there are two types of karmas. One is individual karma, and the other karma is called collective or group karma. So, all these natural calamities are basically a part of group karma, wherein each and every person who is supposed to go through that particular karma are brought together by the arrangement of this material nature, and then they are meant to go through that particular problem or maybe that natural calamity or basically that karma, the reaction of their actions together. So that is the reason why only a particular group of people suffer through these problems and not each and every living entity, because again, law of karma is always predominating. Now the next question comes, who is controlling all these things? Who is that one powerful being who can actually have control over all these problems? In Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says in chapter number 7, verse number 4, Bhumi Rapanalo Vayu Khammano Buddhi Revacha Ahankara Itiyamme Bhinna Prakriti Ashtadha. Sri Krishna discloses about his 8 material energies, well, 5 of which are very common and we all must be knowing: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Water is obviously one of them, which we have all around us right now. Besides this, there are 3 other material energies as well: Man, Buddhi, Ahankar. Mind, intelligence, and ego, also known as false ego. So Krishna is saying that all these 8 things are my material energies. So we can see that who is the ultimate controller, who is the ultimate proprietor, and who is the ultimate enjoyer. It is none other than our Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. So now that we know that it is Krishna who is controlling each and every material thing, and it is Krishna only who's looking after each and every karma as well, because in the Bhagavad Gita he says that I am just like that string upon all the pearls of this material and non-material existence are strung upon. So because it is ultimately Krishna responsible for all these things, how can we be actually free from all these miseries? How can we get rid of these threefold miseries that I just elucidated upon: Adi Devik, Adi Bhautik, and Adi Atmik? So the answer to this most important question lies in the discussion between Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sanatan Goswami, in which Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu clearly says the reason, the ultimate purpose behind all the miseries that we are suffering from right now is simply because of our forgetfulness of the relation that we have from our eternal master Sri Krishna. So the solution is very simple: re-establish the relationship that we have forgotten, re-establish that sambandha with Sri Krishna. Now how to create that sambandha? Sri Krishna has mentioned a lot of yogas, a lot of paths to reach Krishna, out of which Srila Prabhupada says that bhakti yoga, or following the principles of devotional service, are the easiest and quickest way to reach the mercy of Sri Krishna. And once we do that, it will be very easy for all of us to see the hand of Krishna behind each and everything which is happening in our life. So now, let us take lesson from all these things which are happening around us and turn our face back towards our Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna, and ultimately love Him, the very purpose for which we have been given this human form of life, and in that way, our life will definitely become perfect. हरे कृष्णा। तो हमारे साथ यहाँ छोटी सी वर्षा भी आई है। हरे कृष्णा वर्षा।
हरे कृष्णा।
आप कौन सी क्लास में हो?
6th
है। तो आपको यहाँ कैसा फील हो रहा है?
बहुत अच्छा।
फर्स्ट टाइम इतना सारा पानी देखा ना दिल्ली में?
यस।
एंजॉय कर रहे हो? चलो अब एक साथ मिलके हरे कृष्णा महामंत्र बोले। चलो मेरे पीछे पीछे बोलना। हैंड्स ऊपर। हरे कृष्णा,
हरे कृष्णा,
हरे कृष्णा,
हरे कृष्णा,
कृष्णा कृष्णा,
कृष्णा कृष्णा,
हरे हरे,
हरे हरे,
हरे राम,
हरे राम,
हरे राम,
हरे राम,
राम राम,
राम राम,
हरे हरे,
हरे हरे।
श्री श्री यमुना मैया की
जय।
And also, do not forget to take the blessings of our beloved Yamuna Maiya, who has come out on roads to give all of us mercy. Shri Shri Yamuna Maiya ki jai ho. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.